workshop session at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025 at the Blue Ridge Community Center located 200 West Tilton, Blue Ridge, Texas, with the following items on the agenda for discussion. No action will be taken on any of these items listed below. We don't have to do the roll call, do we?
No.
I didn't think so.
No,
Okay.
and if you want me to
You go right
go
ahead.
through it,
Yes,
okay.
you
Can everybody hear me okay, or do I need to mic it? Good, okay.
so far.
Okay, so it was, I believe, Wendy, you asked if you could get a list of
Yes.
chart of accounts. So I printed that off. It kind of explains it. If you need any more.
It's much better, yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, good. So it's just, that's what we itemize things as, paying bills, all that kind of stuff. So if you, go through all of the financials
Mhm.
in your agenda packets, that will be a good resource.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull this and
Yeah.
and keep it for reference, yeah.
And if anyone has any questions on it, you can always call me, email me. I'll be more than happy to go through it if there's any questions on it. So that's number one on the non-action items. So Crystal brought this to my attention. The school has a discounted rate. She goes through every single month and gives them a discount. It was agreed upon in 2020, a water rate agreement. So if it was a flat rate, I think is what we give them. We give them a flat rate discount. If it was a percentage discount, we could put that in Assist, our billing software, and it would do it automatically each month. But they request a different kind of a different kind of rate agreement. So I was gonna see if maybe we could look at this and think about updating it. So it's easier and it takes a little less time off of Crystal, because they've got so many accounts and meters that she has to go and read and adjust every single month, because it's not just a rate she can put in our billing software.
Right.
And they haven't filled out a new service like update application since 1997. So we have no contacts. The contacts change every once in a while. It used to be Joanna Verde, and she was really, really good about calling Crystal and saying, hey, can you give me my discounted rate? So they've just been paying the full bill this whole time without requesting the discount, because Crystal can't send out a bill with the discount, because once she does the billing, it automatically sends, right? The email bill. So she can't do the discount until the billing's done, because it's not that percentage that's already in the system. It's a mess. It's just a hot mess.
So is there no way for our system to do that?
Not with the way the school requests their discount. So if it's a percentage, then we can put that percentage in there and it will automatically calculate.
I mean,
I
read all this stuff and it wasn't clear to me.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because there was, what was that one?
Or I might be getting it mixed up. Maybe it's a flat rate that she needs to put in there and they're requesting a percentage. I'm sorry, I don't have the exact information, because I told Crystal that I would bring this up. And if y'all want to look into it more closely, that I would have her come in and explain how they're billed, how she has to go in, because she can explain that to me. And then I'm like, could you write it down? Because I will not remember that.
On this one service address, it says 102 Pruitt Street. It says it's the ag barn.
Yeah.
Do they have an ag barn on Pruitt Street?
So They do not, and that's why
Because
it's
I was
all
sitting
really
here,
messed
I was
up.
looking at all these other, I thought,
Yeah.
I realized where this one is, but then the Pruitt Street really got me, so.
It got me too, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's why I would like to request to put this as an action item to see what we can do with the school, because they've been getting, discounts since 2020, and I'm not sure why they were getting a discount.
Do
To
other
begin with.
cities entertain this with school districts?
Not that I know of, because they're another tax exempt entity, so I'm not sure why we're giving the school a
I
discount.
know, I'm sitting there like, we don't need to be subsidizing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
We
goddamn.
just
what-
want them to be good neighbors and
We
work
don't-
together. So.
Well, on this letter on 2015, it says that we're only charging them what the city is charged. Unless I'm reading this incorrectly.
which means that we're waiving the conservation fee, the taxes. I mean, and we can't really waive the conservation fee because the city has to pay Lower Colorado River Authority the conservation fees, because they're the ones who do all of
Right.
that.
Is that per account?
Conservation fee? It's
Yeah.
per account, yes.
Per account, okay.
So,
I think my letter would be, moving forward, we're no longer giving discounts.
right, but we'll have to put it up for discussion because there is a water rate agreement that was agreed upon with the city and Mr. Kimball, who was a super at the time. So we would have to come up with something else.
That was for
Was
an
there not
easement.
a deadline? I mean,
That was the water rate agreement.
Yeah, this water rate
Yeah.
agreement, I read it and it said it's to provide an easement.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's-
For
it's
the
kind of-
city.
It offsets the easement.
It
Yeah.
also
I mean-
easement, yeah.
But we keep paying and paying, and, we're getting digged for the, I mean, I was gonna look up the easement, I just didn't have time.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see how big it was, how wide was
Well,
it?
it's
It's
for-
an easement.
Yeah,
It's
it is
not-
an easement, and the reason that was done is because that easement originally was a handshake agreement. So we had to document that easement, so because it runs on like the Tiger, not Tiger Pride Circle, but is it Tiger Lane, the one that goes from the high school to the middle school, that back one, back behind the stadium?
Okay,
So it's over there by the softball field, and that is a well, that's a city well.
okay.
And way back, even before Edie, I think it was Nacy.
And then there was another well that's on the school property. It's over there, that kind of on the other end of the school.
Yeah.
You know, when you come out the new high school,
Yes,
over there's a well, and I know that had easement. That was
Yeah.
back when Todd Linson was here.
right, because those were all handshake agreements. Nothing was on paper. So I understand the reasoning behind her.
I mean, I get it. They're giving us,
Yeah.
we give them a little something back, but at the same time, I mean,
But
There
that's-
should have been a
yeah,
time
yeah.
cap on it,
Yes,
maybe like
yeah.
Yeah, this is like
this many
infinity.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would
exactly.
would you be able to get a hold of the new superintendent?
I'm sure I could.
I would say just get with him, and then you could say, hey, this is what we've done in past years, but
Mhm.
really there's a lot of in between here, and we'll probably not gonna do it going forward. But that way we talk to them first, and then don't
For
just
sure.
take it in
You
the
know, it'd be
motion.
nice if we could figure out about how much this has cost us.
And I
Is there
can
a way we
put
can do
Crystal
that?
on that. I can absolutely get
That's what we need
a
to, we need
recap
to
of
get that
discounts.
amount.
Okay.
So we can
So we
say,
can tell,
yeah,
see
yeah.
how
this
much,
is how much you're getting, and this is how much,
right.
that you've received through the years, and
Yeah, so this has been done for 5 years now, so this is what we've paid
it's time
you,
to reassess it.
yes.
As we're growing and trying to. move
So,
forward
because
with
it
all
says that we can modify or terminate.
Mhm.
I mean,
Correct, it does, yeah. And that's what I really want to do is maybe not modify it, but I mean, that agreement needs to be terminated.
terminated.
Yeah.
Then I
absolutely.
wonder how that, if it's terminated completely without it being modified, I wonder how that will affect our easement.
Well, the easement is now recorded.
It's-
Okay.
Yeah, so the easement is recorded now, so
So it's
that
nothing
would
they can
modify.
then sit there, and say, well, we're gonna charge you this now because your easement.
Because that was the main reason. It was to record the easement as a city easement on school property. So that's already been done by this document. So
And I honestly even doubt that they didn't really pay attention to this at this date and time right now.
I doubt it.
I think you could probably sit there and just say, we, looked over at all of our accounts, and we're making necessary adjustments, and then we, that's what I would think, as a way to put it to them, so.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
Especially if we get the numbers.
I'm
When you have
tired
the
of losing
cost
money.
Of everything has gone up. and,
Exactly.
Sewer rates.
It's time to
I
reassess.
mean,
Right.
sewer rate alone, probably, they're gonna probably be in for a big shock.
I'm sure they will. But I'm just like, we're supposed to be saving money. And right now we're just kind of, there's certain spots where we
We're
need
bleeding it.
to
Mhm.
stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
And this is a big one because they use a lot of water.
Yeah,
Those schools
Oh, yeah.
use a
They're
ton
the
of water.
biggest user of water.
Yeah. So I
Yes.
think that will also help. I know you almost always have questions about commercial usage.
Yeah.
I think that is a huge portion of it because we are selling that water at a discounted rate.
Yeah.
We are also selling that sewer at a discounted rate.
Mhm.
So if we kind of cap that, stop that bleeding, I think those numbers might look a little better. We might start making a little bit more sense.
Well,
When
sure,
you
if
see
we
it
apply
in
for
the
any
same
grants in
line
the future, that's gonna bite us.
What now?
Or if we apply for any kind of grants for water and sewer improvements, and they say, hey, what the,
Yeah, you're discounting water and sewer. Exactly. Yeah.
that'll be because I can remember being on council, back in the nineties there when we had this situation with the idea that, at the current time, there wasn't a water rate associated with the sewer usage.
Mhm.
It was like a flat fee, everybody paid $10 a month for sewer. I paid $10, cattlemen's paid $10, the
Ooh.
school paid $10, the car wash paid $10, just a flat rate, and somebody said, hey, this ain't right, you gotta use it by the usage, and so,
Yeah.
boom, that's when our water bills went from $30 a month to 60, for just overnight.
Well,
But
and that was in the 90s and they're still in the 60s.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, that
Yeah.
did make a hoorah moment, all of a sudden, like, oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big
And
deal.
That was, and we're doing something like this, and ooh, I don't,
Yeah.
that ain't.
No, and I agree. Like I said, we're all trying to now find where we're just bleeding money. Because I don't like it. So we're going to stop it.
So will
if
we
possible.
kind of combine both of these agreements to
I would think
modify
so.
or
Yeah.
terminate or whatever?
So I will get Crystal to do that recap of discounts over the past almost 6 years since 2020.
Yeah.
And I'll see if Mr. Wink has a few minutes to talk to me, and I'll, tell him that we need to reassess, what would he need on his side, and see what we can work out, and I'll bring it back to y'all to see if you agree with it or not. I mean, I'm not gonna let him or the school, take advantage of it.
Well, if we need to get our attorneys involved, I think for
Yeah.
negotiation purposes.
Yeah.
And then we definitely need to take off this ag barns on Pruitt Street.
Yeah. So the main thing I want to do is tell them, if we have to enter into some sort of agreement, I'm going to have to put in there updated contact every year.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like I said, some of this is from 1997.
Well, was that
So-
the old ag barn? Mike Prairie, and Mike
It's
Prairie
gotta
got,
be.
you see, that's
Yeah.
what that was.
Yeah, it is what
That was the ag barn address. I was,
It's a house now.
Huh?
It's a house now. What
No,
don't you prove
there's
it?
nothing on
No, that's on the
Parkland.
other side. Just kidding. I got jokes.
it's just empty field now.
Yeah. But if y'all will allow me to reach out to Dr. Wink.
It's not Mr.
No,
Wink.
Dr. Floyd.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dr.
When you said
Floyd.
Wink, I thought, Wink, that's a long
Just
time
kidding.
ago.
We've gone through so many in the
Yeah,
last few
exactly.
years. God, Wink was before Kimball. Why am I
Yeah.
going back to Wink?
Yeah.
Aaron?
Wink, wait a minute.
Yeah, so Dr. Floyd, I'll reach out to him and see what maybe we can work out, and then I'll bring that back to y'all to move forward with.
Yeah, I do think it's good to have the numbers in your head when you call them though.
Oh, yeah.
So you
I'll
can
have it.
say, this is what,
I will definitely have that.
this is how much y'all have saved.
I will have Crystal do that.
City has been to you.
Cause that's, I mean, that's, you've got it 6 years on all those meters. You know, it's a pretty good discount. I think she gave it to me. Let me look. Hang on.
Well, in the other letter, I mean, letter agreement that we were just waiving other things. I mean,
I had something. Give me just a second so I can find it.
Same thing.
That little graph. I don't know. Did I put a graph in y'all's? Do y'all have that?
I think I did see something.
No, that's the wrong one. I could have swore she gave me something, but maybe this is all on just regular.
Yeah, I think that was on.
Yeah,
regular.
that's all something
Yeah, it's on
else.
regular. Yeah, because it's over here in the regular packet.
Okay. I'll have her get me all that because I know she wrote something, but I might not have entered it because it wasn't complete, so I didn't want to give it to y'all if it wasn't complete. Okay, yeah. So I will start on that. So the MuniBit website hosts. Hey Caleb, can you pull that up for me on this computer, bud? The city of Van Alstyne on this over here, yeah. The city of Van Alstyne uses MuniBit, and I've been kind of looking through it, and it is really nice. The website is. It's a little bit more fluid. It's not quite so clunky like ours is, where you have to hit a million buttons to get to one form. No, that's fine. What light is this? Okay. I know it's a little small. Can you see it okay? It's just, it's got, you know, your slideshow at the top like ours is. We have that slideshow, but it's very stop motion slideshow kind of. But you have everything kind of like we do still, agendas and minutes. You've got Explore Van Alstyne, you know, this is, it, Van Alstyne, if y'all want to really look into it, I would suggest Van Alstyne's city website because it's very well put together if y'all wanted to start trending with another website host. Let me see. Yeah, like, let's see. I don't know. On ours, you know, it's okay. You can hit the agendas and minutes and everything pulls up separately. This, you can see it's got city council, public hearings, planning and zoning hearings, you know, it's separated, but all on the same page. So you're not having to click back and forth. So it's, like I said, it's a little bit more fluid than ours is right now.
and that's what this company does.
The
Or they
MuniBit.
set this up.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is also the company where we can give them the parameters of like permitting and say, you know, here is our new single family residence permit. They have to have all of these boxes filled out. If they don't, they cannot submit the permit. So that helps Crystal and I, because that's going to automatically weed out people who aren't filling it out correctly.
So it's an online process.
Yes, because now they either have to go online and print it out or open it in a, you know, Word document so they can edit or something like
Bring it
that. Yeah, but it's not like DocuFill or DocuSign, so you can't do anything online and you cannot submit online. So you have to send it. I have a permits email that they can send it to, or any email at the city. But a lot of times with these, people don't have a printer at home anymore, you know, and a lot of people don't have printers at work anymore. So, because everything's DocuSign and DocuFill, so they have trouble filling in these permits. You know, like I had 3 people call me today about water termination, you know, new service and a permit. And I'm like, okay, do you have an email I can send this to? And she's like, well, we'll just stop by later because I don't have a printer. You know, so it's, this will make it, switching to a more user-friendly website will make it easier for our residents and for the employees.
Is this
Do
the
they
same
still-
one we talked about, was it last city council meeting?
Yeah. Yeah, the muni bit. So I would really just have y'all, just when you have a minute and you, instead of doom scrolling, just go on City of Van Alstine and just check it out and see how easy it is. It's, even if you go to munibit.com, you can go to their website and it tells you everything, and it tells you, that's how I got City of Van Alstine. So I was like, who uses Unibit, you know? And this is the first one that popped up, so that's the one I looked through. And it is, I talked to someone there about 2 weeks ago, and they said that they would give us a full, like, educational, like, this is how you do everything. And if you do it online, you can do, they have YouTube videos and all kinds of stuff. So if you ever get stuck, like when I had to start uploading agendas and minutes to the website, I'm not gonna lie, I cried a little bit because I'm like, I don't know how to do this. And there's no number to call, there's no contact me, there's no help button. So I'm going through all kinds of stuff, and I finally found a number, and they were closed because they're only open from like 2:15 to 3:26. You know, like it's a weird time. So these people have 24/7 live chat options, you know, all kinds of stuff. They have links to YouTube videos on how to do this on this end, you know, all kinds of good stuff. So it's very user friendly, and it is a little more expensive.
That's what was my question.
Yeah.
So do we have somewhere to call?
So we pay about $500 a year for our website hosting. This one is roughly $1,100 a year. But
You get a lot more.
You get a lot more.
information.
it's more useful, I think. But that's just something for y'all to take a look at, marinate on, come back, tell me what you think.
So that $129 a month, and it says billed annually. And then it says annual up in the small print in the blue, annual 20% off. So I took that to mean 20% off
The entire bill, yeah,
So I came up with, what was it, $1,238.40?
12, okay. So I was off by $100 or so, yeah.
But still, I didn't know what we were paying now.
Yeah. So because, and that's another thing I was going to tell you on discussion on refund on unused portion of website contracts. We can't get a refund because we pay annually for a discount.
When did we just did that?
We just paid that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would actually cost us more to try to get a refund on that, because then they would just charge us per month, and it
It'll be a wash.
yeah, it would cost us. So it wouldn't be a good idea. And this wouldn't be immediate. This would, I don't think anybody, Crystal or I, have any time to transfer everything over to a new website. So this is just kind of,
They don't do that?
huh?
They don't do that?
No, they would,
Oh.
but it would still take, we would have to learn how to do because me and Crystal are on the website every day, because we either have to, post something or send an alert, or, like Crystal had to look something up today. Our forms are there, we walk residents through it. This is how you get this form. So we're on it a lot. So it will take some time for us to get everything done, because they're going to need one of us to help them say, because we're going to have to tell them about the permits, how we want our agendas and minutes formed on there. So it's going to take a little bit. So it wouldn't be immediate.
Well, we could just start planning on, because I'm assuming they'll do demos, onboarding, all that stuff before we actually get charged. So we could just plan to do it, have it ready to roll by the time this other contract ends. That would give you all 9-10 months. to do
Yeah.
that, so. since we've already paid for this one.
Yeah.
Do we have to give the current one a notice?
We just tell them that we don't have a contract. They
Okay.
just send us like, here's your bill, let's pay it for this year. So, I mean, I would probably let them know, hey, we're not gonna, because I'm sure that I don't know because I did not ask this question. But like when we switched from ABS billing to assist billing years ago, 5 years ago, they had to talk to each other to get all of the information, you know, so I'm sure those two companies will have to talk to one another to transfer information. So I will let them know. I'm not just gonna cut them off.
You don't think they'll raise that price though by then?
I mean, if I could call them and ask them, you know, hey, we've got this is what our plan is, and see. I don't know. I don't know, because I first heard about them when y'all did. So I've been kind of running to catch up, but I don't know when the last time they raised their prices was or anything. I mean, I guess I can find that out, but.
And when did you say we were at 8 hours?
In September. Mhm.
I mean, I wouldn't mind, you know, during the summer. Maybe switching over
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I can do it
a
anytime.
few months before.
Yeah. So we
We
can
could
all get
do-
used to it.
Mhm.
Doing
So
it
you
July
Yeah.
after election, but before
Right.
budget.
Throw that in there, yeah.
That's
I
a
think
good
that
idea.
needs to probably be June.
Right?
Mhm.
June and July.
Revisit in June.
Before budget. I'm gonna wrap that in there. But yeah. Anybody have any more questions on that one? Okay. Okay, so the question on the specialty meters. The specialty meters are the 2-inch meters. We have 2 of those. So it was, when we were looking at the rates last month, and it said specialty meter and labor $50, up to $50. So specialty meters are our 2-inch meters, and we only have 2 of those. So what did I change that to? So we were just gonna put, I swear I wrote all this down. Y'all just gotta give me a second to find it. Specialty meters, yeah. So Brad said specialty meters are any meters, regular or flange, that are above 5/8 and 3/4 standard meter size. And the recommendation on language for the master fee schedule would be specialty meter, and then the cost would be meter cost plus parts and labor instead of up to $50.
But it had a $50 limit
Right, it said,
on that, so we need to get rid of that.
yeah, that's what so
Okay.
the,
Change it with this.
Yeah, the
replace that
recommendation on
with
the
this
language.
information, with the new
Yeah.
stuff, yeah.
because that doesn't put a limit on it. That's just meter costs. So that way we don't have to update the master fee schedule every time the meter cost changes, because, you know, we just had to do that because of tariffs. So our meters increased. So we had to do a master fee schedule change. So if we just do that recommended language, the meter cost plus parts and labor, that way, if they ask us, we can go, this is the cost of the parts, and this is the labor, this is the meter cost, that's how much it's gonna be. So no matter what the charges are, we won't have to come back every single time and update
Right. That makes
those
sense.
prices.
Do we need to do like an action item though on that? Because when we agreed to do that, we kind of held that back.
Yeah, we will, because I am gonna have, as much as we've been
I know the master
changing the
fee's
master
in there.
fee schedule, I'm just gonna do it all at once and just go, okay, let's look at this master fee schedule. Is that everything y'all wanted on it? Yay or nay? And then that'll be an action item. Because there's the water and sewer tap fees. There's the water and sewer rates that we've talked about. And now it's this particular line item that goes along with the tap fees. So I'm just going to redo the whole thing, and then that will be the action item. But this is just what Brad and me talked about, and this is the language that we kind of came up with. So there's not a cap on anything. So it's a lot easier that way.
I mean, because the way we approved it subject to finding out what specialty meters was.
Right. So that's why we haven't put any of those rates in yet. So you can hold it because now you know what it is. You know what those specialty meters are. So we'll do those rates that you agreed on. But we'll have to do another action item just for this particular line, for this language. But we can do that all wrapped into one with the master fee schedule update. Make sense? Because there's a lot that has to be changed. Because we've got to go in and change the trash because they went up, water, sewer, tap. I keep getting those mixed up. But yeah, I'll get that all done. Yep. And then Trenton, I believe you asked me the cost of the downtown revitalization grant.
Yep.
So we didn't pay, but the whole entire thing cost $575,000. So that's what we had to work with. And 4B actually did the grant match of the $75,000.
So, other than concrete, what all went into that?
So they put in electrical in the middle. They did a new water line in the middle. They did the sidewalks, the concrete. There was supposed to be lighting, and we ran out of money. That's basically, and then the bricks, the insignia in the middle, the repair of the historical marker holder, because that was all messed up. It's been a minute, so it's coming back to me slowly. Do you remember what else was in there?
No, because I thought 4B ended taking care of paying for, well, no, they just had the color, they got to choose the different colors.
Yeah, they got to choose the color of the bricks that went in. Said the insignia in the middle,
The sidewalks.
the sidewalks, the concrete.
Concrete alone is a lot.
Yeah.
Does that include the demolition of what was
The
there?
landscaping, the demo.
So the guy that did it, did he do all of it himself?
No,
Okay,
he had
so you
subcontractors.
okay.
Yeah. That was a very arduous process. That was, I would never like to do that again with that particular company ever, if I could ever not. That'd be great.
But you have to get what you know.
Oh, I know,
Getting it,
I
so
know.
that's the
But
main thing.
I did not know that if that ever happens again and we don't like that bidder, we can close that bid and rebid. I did not know that. I am so upset that that I didn't know that. Because nobody liked that company. So we could have completely denied all bids and did another bidding process.
Was that the only bid you got?
No, we got 3, but we had to choose the lowest bidder.
Yeah.
And that man had never dealt with a grant before, didn't know how it worked.
As long as we're talking about the downtown square, it's kind of off of it, but there was a memorial there that had for Tracy Love. What happened to that
God,
statue?
yeah.
Because it's gone, and I don't know why or where it went off to. If it was damaged in this, or if it was, I don't know. Because I just feel like as a city, it was there,
Yeah, I know.
and
I-
somehow or another, we need to get it back.
I
Or figure it
agree.
out. So I don't know how.
It was disposed of.
Interesting. I wonder how much that cost.
I don't know, but I remember it being there.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
And the plan for it, because there was a plan for it,
Yeah.
was to be kind of like a raised, like if this is the ground, it was going to be like a raised memorial that had that in there.
Mhm.
And it was decided, yeah, not to do that.
Who decided that? Say it.
Edie. Yeah. So, and you can ask Crystal. Me and Crystal said, do you want us to call Granny Pam
Yeah.
to see if she wants it? So,
Because I remember when it was put out there, I mean, there was a dedication ceremony and everything for it. And so I just assumed that when it wasn't there, after the, it was all done, I just thought it was in storage somewhere or had been, moved
Oh,
off.
sure.
I had no idea. So I didn't know if it was truly
So
disposed
she didn't
of
even offer it to Granny Pam?
or if it was really disposed of. I didn't know if it was put I didn't
As-
know that.
from what I was told,
Yeah.
that was
That's
the,
the terminology I've heard
Yeah.
as well, but I didn't know for sure if it really was disposed of or if it was put up there in the blurred storage thing up there, the 4B stuff, because
that's been cleaned out.
Okay, yeah, and see, I don't have pictures, so yeah.
Does anyone have a picture of that?
I have to look back and see if I have anything, I don't know.
Because I mean, I can see
Yeah, I
it.
can too.
I know what it looks like.
Mhm.
I just don't remember the wording or, I mean, and I know that picture that was on there is hanging in Cattleman's.
Mhm.
So I don't know if maybe that is what was on the memorial.
I just wonder who did it, I mean, who actually made it, because if they made it, they've got all that information still with them.
I think,
And I didn't know if Tanya would know that,
was it Granny Pam and Billy John that had it made?
Yeah.
Or Alan, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe her son or something. I just seen that one the other day. I never really thought about it.
I'm sure Pam and Amanda have a picture of it.
Should be,
Yeah.
They're bound to have a picture of it and what it says and everything. I can reach out to Amanda and ask
Yeah,
her.
Amanda would probably have it.
I'll reach out to Amanda and ask her.
Okay,
If she
yeah.
happens to have a picture of it.
I mean, because I can see if we can
Well, I just
recreate
didn't know- I
that.
just didn't know what the cost of it was or things of that nature. So I think it would be.
Maybe the wine stuff is somewhere.
Yeah. Honest. I mean,
Planning and zoning. Okay, yeah, and then the planning and zoning text social media blast. So I just included what we sent out and what we posted on our socials. So just y'all can see in case if you didn't get it.
Any bites?
No. No. And I need, since we're talking about text and socials and stuff, I need favors from y'all. So the little thing that I shared, the little QR code for the comprehensive plan, it's a survey that they're asking people to take for the comprehensive plan meeting that's coming up really soon. And 2 people have taken it, and I am one of those 2. So y'all talk to people that you see, be like, hey, I mean, I'll give you little handouts. I've got them at City Hall. I've got them at Cattleman's. I've got them at Branscome's. I think I've got them at Tiger and Nick's. We've plastered them. I've put them on the website, social media.
It is on the website?
It is on the website. I need people to take that so they have something to put their heels into going forward. because this meeting is, and Crystal had a conversation with them and said a lot of these people are probably just going to show up to the meeting instead of doing the survey. So I'm hoping that is the case, but from here until that day, if you could just, tell, hey, go take that survey, tell me what you think, take the survey, just pound it into people's little heads until they go and take it. Because, this was a huge deal for a lot of people, the comprehensive plan. And I feel like it kind of has died off a little bit. And I really hope it doesn't die off, because this is a lot of money that we're spending on this comprehensive plan. And I would like it to be as accurate as humanly possible, but we're not going to get that without our resident input, because as much as we would all like it, we can't tell everybody what's going to happen. We need that resident input to make it worth a damn. Honestly, we need that. So if y'all could just tell them.
Well, that's coming Monday.
Yeah, just yell it at them. Send it to them in a text or an email. We actually went through, because we were going to send it through a text alert, but we went through, me and Crystal did, and probably I would say 60% of the people that are signed up for our text alerts do not live inside city limits.
Really?
I know
Where
it's on
do
our
they
church
live?
bulletin.
Just outside.
TJ or?
Because when Crystal first started sending out, late fees have been added, people were calling, well, I paid my bill. And I'm like, can I get your address? And they'd go 1355. I'm like, nope, not us. You're not inside do you pay your water bill to the city of Blue Ridge? Well, no, I pay it to Verona. Okay. I need you to read it. So we had to change the wording, because it's like 60% is in the ETJ. And some people have like Dallas addresses. It's crazy.
I still don't think it'd be a bad idea to do it
I
that
was
way.
just about to say, we're letting members outside of the city be
Yeah.
on the committee. I think
Mhm.
sending it is a good idea.
Because, they're
they're
gonna
part
be
of
doing
the
business
community.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll send it out.
Oh,
I think so.
absolutely.
See what
Okay.
they want in town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's on our bulletin at church
Oh, good.
for the meeting and stuff.
Okay. We got a few minutes. Let's see. All right. So does anybody have any questions on any of the action items on the regular agenda that we need to go over?
I think I had a couple of questions. On the code compliance report. So we didn't get an animal control?
No, I did not get that.
Okay.
This guy, my code enforcement guy, he's on it. He
Is
gives
he
me,
with the same company though?
so it's the
A
same,
different division?
same company, different division. You've got
Okay.
America's Code Enforcement and All American Dog.
Okay, because it said All-American dog.
Yeah, so his name is Brandon,
Uh-huh.
and he's doing a fantastic job. He sends me updates. Because I never got this before when we did code with them before. And he is the first dedicated code enforcement officer for this company, because all the other ones were like 80% dog catcher, 20% code enforcement. So they were like double dipping. But now with that new legislation that went through, they can only do code enforcement. So he's very good at it. And he does, the follow-ups and everything. So
Who's if you're going to my house, but you don't take that right by the stop sign, they just built another little white house right there where all the roosters live.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
the white house at the very end corner, it's a little bit older, but has a cedar post and all that. She ain't happy with that lot next to her. So she pinned me up on the road on the way
oh, I know.
to the parade the other night. What's her name?
You're gonna have to give me better. Let me pull it up because I have to see it. Is it on Hilltop?
Full of-
Are you talking about Standiford,
Diane Stanford.
and the 2-story house on Lamb.
Because as you go to that stop sign, if you go back to the right,
Yes.
there's that,
Yeah,
it's
that
the
lot.
big empty lot, and then there's that house right there.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's Diane Stanford. No, I'm that lot is the bane of my existence. I have had to have, like, we had Collin County Fire Marshal deputies, because there used to be a house on that back lot.
Mhm.
And it was so awful. Like, people were like camping out in it. Not kind of people you want hanging out in your area in it, you know. And we had to have code go through there. We had to have it condemned. The owner had to tear it down. He tried suing the city because we were picking on him. And I'm like, dude, come on. It's in shambles. Then somebody else bought it, and the grass was literally never under 12 feet high. I've probably got a file that thick on those 2 lots.
And then there was an issue on whether or not you can get water to it or something like that. 'Cause
Access.
Yes, because that was.
Yeah, because it's 2
because
lots.
different people would purchase it.
It's
but then they couldn't really do anything
216.
with it.
Yeah, the back lot is 216 East Lamb. The front lot is
I think it's at
211 or 212.
212. Yeah.
212 High Ridge or Hilltop? High Ridge.
Yeah.
Hilltop.
Yeah.
High Ridge.
It's High Ridge.
High Ridge, yeah. I'm like, I know that. I know the address. I just can't remember which road. But they were accessing 216 East Lamb by driving through the Standiford's property. And Dan
Mhm.
Standiford cut it off. Like, he put a sawhorse up there and chains and barbed wire and all kinds of stuff. And then they're trying to sue us because we're denying access. And I'm like, I need you to listen very closely to me. You know, like, because they wanted to build on the back end, but their fall wasn't, you know, they had no fall whatsoever for sewer, so they'd have to have a pump. Like, literally, those 2 are bane of my existence. There's a couple lots in town that are just bum lots, and people keep buying them thinking they're going to build on them. And then they come in and we explain everything they have to do in order to build on them. And then they just let it go to hell, and they don't mow it. They don't keep it up. They don't do anything to it. So I will let Brandon know.
Could you buy both those lots and just replat it and have it be one big lot?
Well,
You
I
can.
did that for,
But you-
I
but you don't have
don't know if they've
services.
never want to pull the trigger about it.
What was the original people that owned that? They had a weird name.
Well, Zimmerman,
No.
No,
It
we're-
wasn't Zimmerman. It was
Now
before
it's
it
Jason
was-
DeVore.
the
Yeah,
Lord
because they
got,
flipped.
yeah.
Yeah,
he
because
bought
they
it, but
flipped
yeah,
it.
and I'm waiting for
flipped
him to pull the trigger about whatever he wants to do.
Well, apparently he keeps running out of money.
Yeah, and
So-
he fixed up,
210,
yeah, well,
106 East Lamb.
Weasel's old house,
Yeah, 106.
and that would sound like that was, but that was just sitting empty, ain't it?
That's because only the shell got corrected. The inside is still bare bones.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
It was his St. Clair house, wasn't it?
Sinclair,
St. Clair,
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, because,
It used to be that whole huge lot. So they had septic. And the people that are buying it are like, oh, it's got septic. And I'm like, you can't have septic inside city limits, you know, because it's no longer an acre. So it's a bum lot.
Yeah.
Unless you want to put some money into it.
and that would mean you have to put a pump in for sewage.
Yep. Or completely install another sewer line to the back where that one property is behind 210 East Lamb. Remember that we were thinking about connecting for
Yes,
4A
yeah.
properties?
Yeah.
You could install a whole sewer line down there and connect it that way, but that'd be even more expensive, but it'd be less
So
maintenance.
like over by that, on your curtain, as you go on down that little trailer house right there,
Mhm.
right over in there, you could hook it all in there.
I mean, there's options. People just have to have money.
Yeah.
And the people that are buying this land, they're buying it because it's dirt cheap. And
There's a reason why.
there's a reason why it's dirt cheap.
Always
Yeah.
is.
Okay, I have a question on the code compliance report.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was looking at it and everywhere I see is, 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours each week. And the contract said we had a minimum of 5 hours.
Let me look in the regular packet, because the one I have that he sent me on the 26th says 1 hour. So let me see.
We don't have an fire department report tonight.
No, we do not.
I know sometimes we slide in there. So-
Yeah, I didn't get one this week. I'm sorry. Well, come on now. Oh, so this is the patrol. This is just the patrol. This doesn't include the paperwork, the picture, the notices, all of that stuff. This is the 2 hour. That's just for patrol. So that's not total time involved in code.
Okay, so are they sending you like a breakdown of the time they're spending?
Yeah, no, Brandon sends me the picture of the violation plus the violation that he writes out. And then the next week when he comes back, he hands me the paper copy of all of the violations he wrote up and handed out.
I just want to make sure we're getting them.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And he's,
2
I
and
mean,
5 hours is, that's a big difference.
They did say it originally that it would be more time spent on the paperwork and pictures than on the patrol, because it took so long to fill out all the paperwork. They said that somebody told us that at the original.
yeah, because
Yeah,
that part honestly takes the longest. Because you have to, if you don't leave it on the door, like if there's an empty lot or something, or you just, like there was a couple, he did not feel safe and he told me, I didn't feel safe leaving this on the door. So I was like, okay, no problem. He goes, so you have to go to CAD. If you can't find anything on CAD, he'll call us. Hey, do you have an address, an email address, anything we can send this to? And that, research time, all that good stuff. So yeah, that's not the total, that's just patrol only.
That was the only question I had.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions on the action items?
So we have to close this one.
Just adjourned.
Okay, so we will adjourn at 6:54. City Council will meet in regular session at 7 PM on Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025, at the Blue Ridge Community Center located at 200 West Tilton, Blue Ridge, Texas, with the following items on the agenda for consideration and/or action. Number 1, call the order and roll call. Wendy Mattingly. Here. David Apple.
Here.
Trenton Sissom.
Here.
Linda Brawley.
Here.
And Wanda Williams. Okay. Item 2 is prayer and pledges of allegiance.
Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to gather here tonight. Please help give the council and administration wisdom and guidance as we come to make conclusions and try to solve problems within the city to better the city, Lord. Thank you for all that you do, and amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. So I asked him to look at
Item 3, public comment. I think you just say no.
Yes, you are correct.
Item 4 is the consent agenda. Consent agenda, all matters listed on the consent agenda for discussion and possible actions are considered to be routine by the city council and require little or no deliberation. There will not be a separate discussion of these items, and consent agenda items will be enacted by one vote. If a council member expresses a desire to discuss the matter listed on the consent agenda, the items will be considered separately. A, minutes from the workshop and regular session held November 4, 2025. B, public works update. C, city financial report. D, fire department report. E, animal control report. F, new permit report. G, write-offs for utility billing. And H, code report. I don't believe we have the fire department report.
Correct.
The other items.
Or animal control.
Oh, well. we have part of animal control.
Yeah.
Okay,
I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda as amended.
thank you.
I'll second.
All in favor? Okay, item number 5, consider, discuss, and take possible action on tax collection report presented by Andrew Brink with Purdue and Brandon.
Mayor, the rest of the city council. Nice to be here tonight. Nice weather outside. My name's Andy Brink. I'm from the law firm of Purdue Brandon. I office out of Garland, Texas, and we specialize in delinquent property tax collections for government municipalities, cities, counties, school districts. We represent the ISD as well, but we're here tonight to talk about how the cities can. I'm from a smaller, not as small as Blue Ridge, but I'm from a small town in Alabama. Made my way kind of across the country and found my way to Dallas, where I live with my wife, Catherine, where we have 2 kids, Bonnie and AJ, who are 8 and 6. That's a little bit about me. If we look at the report on page 2, it's easier for me just to flip through it instead of going.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Steve, never mind on the lights.
Yeah, the Purdue Brandon team you're part of a pretty big family. You know, there's 15 offices across the state of Texas. We have 59 attorneys that are in our firm, and I happen to be one of the ones in the Garland office. I'm an associate attorney under some of the named partners. So as you can see there, that's kind of who I office with. That's the team that's working for you. It's really good to be an attorney. I've been practicing in this area for about 11 years total, but I'm still learning every day, and that's why I work with Doug, Linda, Aaron, and Arlene, and we try to do the best for the city and help y'all out with y'all's delinquent tax collection services. The next page is a tax collection timeline. And I know this is kind of unfamiliar. It's familiar to me, but for a lot of people, you know, understanding the taxes and the delinquent tax is kind of just the way I do things. Like my dad, the doctor, I didn't understand it. That was for him to understand. So this is for me to understand and convey to you in the best way I can. You know, the way taxes work is on January 1st of every year, there's a lien that attaches to all property, business, personal property, which is the property that you own to operate a business, the real property, which you think of mostly, which is the houses and the land that the houses are on, and in some counties and jurisdictions, mineral. So on January 1st of every year, there's a lien that is attached to secure the payment of the property taxes. Nothing has to be done, nothing has to be filed. It's just the way the Texas law was written. After that, the appraisal district, the Collin County Appraisal District, goes through these different phases where they value property. Either they go out and do a site visit, they talk to their appraisers. They have to put a value on every single piece of property within the city limits so that we know, so that you know how much your budget's going to be and how much taxes you can expect to come in. It goes through. There's a period where tax owner or property owners have the ability to protest their value and try to get that lowered in that. So, but around October in that same year, that's when the tax bills go out. That's when your taxes become due. And they are due, and you can pay them on time all the way through January 31st of the following year. But on February 1st, that is when they go delinquent, and collection penalties and interest are added to the account. Taxpayers have the right to pay their taxes with those penalties and interest all the way through April 1st for business personal property and July 1st for real property, when an attorney's fee is added on. So that's how we collect our fee. A lot of times I go to entities and they think, well, how much are you charging the city or the school district? The answer is none. We're charging nothing. Our fee comes from what we collect. So the more we collect, the more we get. The better the city does, the more we collect, because everything is coming in with penalties and interest to you. So that's where our incentive comes from. You will never receive a bill from my law firm for the collection of delinquent property taxes. It's built in, it's free to the city. That's how it is under Texas law. And you can ask any questions along the way too.
That includes filing, all of that.
Yes, ma'am.
Is
That's
that
all.
when you file
No,
the tax suits,
so
or
the
or
very
gotta you
first
start doing demand letters?
demand letters are gonna be, when it's turned over to us, we'll use the real property.
Mhm.
But when it's turned over to us in July,
Mhm.
that's when we start the letters and the phone calls. There could be efforts done by internal efforts by the city, but once they're turned over to our law firm, that's when they get the full breadth of the resources that we have available in our 3 DFW locations. The call center being in Arlington and kind of the main hub in Garland. That's when the calls go out, the letters go out, and we bear all the fees for that. There's never a bill written for collection, for postage, for court costs, for anything like that. So no.
How long does it take before you actually do file a suit?
File a suit. So that depends. It's different for every attorney. I'm a big, tall guy, but I'm pretty nice. And so I like to do a lot of my collections, as I'll show you in a minute, through telephone collections, through talking to people.
Okay.
I was from a smaller town where, a lot of people knew each other. And so that was the way you talk. You communicate with each other is by talking. So our Arlington call center has 25 full-time employees who are making calls year round. So that's where I like to collect. I like to collect through talking to people, through writing them letters, through understanding their stories. And I take a long time to file a lawsuit because I want to get it collected. It takes about until now for me to file a lawsuit, November, December, when I say this is where it's gone far enough and the city needs this money. So that's the answer to that question. It's different for every attorney, but I'm the one handling the day-to-day for Blue Ridge, and so that's kind of how it operates.
Do you take it all the way through to like a sheriff's sale, or?
We do, but that's rare. That's rare. I don't have the numbers because there've probably been so few in the time that I've been with the firm.
Mhm.
But that is the hammer that we use to get people to pay. The difference between our law firm and a lot of others is we're not trying to file lawsuits and do sheriff sales. That doesn't do anything for the city. That does a little bit for the city, but doesn't do a lot for the constituents, the image of our law firm, and the relationship that we have with you. So I'd much rather collect things through a telephone, through a phone call, and particularly now through emails, which are a lot easier for me to handle on a day-to-day basis because you get someone's attention in their inbox. But great questions. And as you can see, on the next page it says pre-litigation activity. Litigation means when we file a lawsuit, right? So everything before filing a lawsuit consists of phone calls, letters mailed, things like that. And so I highlighted, and what I think makes us different from a lot of the other DFW competitors in this area, and what you have the benefit of, is that Arlington call center. Like, I have legal assistants at my law firm in Garland. I have 3 of them that work on the Blue Ridge accounts. But you have the muscle of the Arlington call center over there in Tarrant County, calling on your behalf, doing the skilled research, doing the research to find the title work, so we can ensure that when we do sue someone, it's the correct people that we're suing. The goal that I have for a lawsuit when I sue is to let people know this is real, because a lot of times they think our phone calls are scammers. We all get 20 of those a day, right? And so then you get to talk to me on the phone where I set a deadline and say, it's time to pay these taxes. For yourself to clear this up, because that's what we call ourselves. We're in the business of solving people's delinquency problems. We're helping them get clear. We're helping them realize it's time to get right. But then litigation, actually, the biggest thing for that is when a constable or a sheriff shows up and serves them papers. That kind of is a moment where they think that is a moment to me where I would think it's real. Like, this is really happening. I can't get away from it. So that's what a lawsuit means to me. That usually grabs people's attention.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to sell a lot of properties. Well, I'm here because I wanted to give an annual presentation. So you've seen a little bit about the firm. I've talked a lot about the call center and the way I collect taxes compassionately. But we want to talk about the numbers too, right? That's what we're in the business for. So if you turn to the page that says 2023 tax year analysis, you can see that the original tax levy, so that was all the taxes that were owed to Blue Ridge City for the 2023 tax year. So keep in mind, we're moving a little bit behind as things go on. So the 2020 tax year, if you turn the page real quick and glimpse, was turned over to us on July 1st of 2024. So things literally move a year and a half kind of slowly. And that's with the purpose to make sure the value's right, to make sure everybody doing their job does it right, and to give us time to do our job as attorneys and counselors at law in a thoughtful manner to represent the interests of the city, but also to participate with the constituents who vote for y'all, who pay the taxes, who do all it, who make Blue Ridge what it is. So back to the 2023 tax year analysis page, that original tax levy was a little north of $425,000. Good news is 97.18 of your taxes were paid on time before they were turned over. So they might have been after that February 1st deadline, but we count everything before us and after us. So that before us, 97.18. But as you can see, 2.2, almost 3% was turned over to us. That's people who didn't pay, that people and companies who didn't pay their taxes before the July 1st deadline. And that number is significant, $12,000, that's real money. So that gets turned over to us on July 4th of 2024. And we have the next 12 months all the way through June 30th of this year to collect that. So here's a little bit about how we did. Again, the numbers that was turned over to us were 12,000. We collected of that about 9.4, about a little north of 9.4, good for 78.67%. I'm really proud of that job. I came over to the Garland office about a year and a half ago and began work on the Blue Ridge account among my other Collin entities. And I took a lot of pride in ensuring that the taxes were collected, that the numbers reflected the excellence that we bring in our reputation and the personal care that I embody as a nice guy and a good lawyer. So that number represents a lot of hard work on my behalf, on my office's behalf, and it's a testament to how good our relationship is with the constituents of the city. So if you go from a 20,000 foot view, you went from assessing $425,000 worth of taxes to now you have probably less than at this point, but as of June 30th of earlier in the year, 2,500 left. So everyone's doing a good job. Everyone's doing a really good job. Turning to the next page is our 2024 tax year analysis. And this is just a little sneak peek because the 2024 tax year, if you look at the next page, was turned over to us on July 1st of this year. So I have currently numbers through September 30th. So these are not even through November 30th. These are through September 30th, but that's all we have so far. As you can see, the original tax levy, and I never comment on this, but it's gone up about $100,000. So it's going up. That's good. The turnover, likewise, has, as you would expect, with such a rapid growth. I mean, it's gone up $100,000, which is about 22%, 23% of last year's original tax levy. That turnover, what's given to our law firm at July 1st, has gone up as well to $18,730, good for 3.6%. So as soon as those get turned over to our law firm on July 1st, that's when the calls will get made. That's when the letters go out. That's when we start talking to the people of the citizens of the city, and we start informing them of their obligations, which many just forgot about usually. And as you can see so far in those first 3 months, we've collected above 40% of the total roll. We've collected $7.6 thousand. We have $11,000 out there to go hunt for. That wakes me up every day. So I go into the office to collect money for the cities and counties and school districts I've entrusted with. So all in all, I just wanted to report that I wanted y'all to see my face, first of all. I wanted you to see me after a good year of hard work, and I could put it under my belt and come in here and say, we've done a good job. Y'all are doing a good job. And we're very proud of the partnership. And I also wanted to make it a point that I am I take pride in responding to every email I get, as soon as it comes in, 24 hours, every phone call. On the next page, my email and direct line and my phone call are listed. If you ever have any questions about reports, you want hard numbers, you want specific accounts, things that are not appropriate for an open forum for me to discuss, I'm your attorney, so you can call me or email me at any time, and I will jump at the opportunity to provide you with information that will facilitate the city doing what it does, and that's taking care of its residents. So, yeah, if you have any questions, happy to answer.
So the remaining that's outstanding, the $11,000, y'all are still working, y'all will still continue to work on those?
We never stop. I mean, we report to you within a calendar year. You know, I'll come back here in a year and give a presentation if you let me. But we don't stop. Those numbers stay on spreadsheets and they stay on my mind, and I keep going after them. So,
Thank you. You're doing a great job.
yes, ma'am. So, any questions? No? Well, it's nice to be here on a nice night, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your meeting, and keep doing what you're doing. It's really a shining example out here in Collin County. So I'm
Thanks
proud
for
to be a
doing your
resident of Collin
eye
County.
Yeah.
I'm proud to be representing y'all. So,
Well, thank you. We appreciate
Thank you.
your hard work.
yes, ma'am. Good night, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's no action to be taken on that.
No, ma'am.
Item 6, consider, discuss, and act and take possible action regarding water and wastewater rate increases.
That one piece of paper that I put in here, hang on. So me and Crystal sat down and took, so the way that Vance kind of explained it was at a percentage rate, but I don't think, I like to see the numbers, right? And I like to see the numbers of how much it's going to increase. And so me and Crystal sat down and we came up with what the increases would look like to follow along with that Texas Rural Water Association, not survey, what they did for us, that rate increase. So
How come the trash tote's not why is that in the percentage and not, I thought that was just a flat fee.
it is a flat fee, but this is what I'm saying. So what I did was broke down a bill that would be at a 30% increase. So no matter what, that trash tote is going to be $20.58 because that's what Sanitation Solutions just went up to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to get you a total bill, right, to see what that's going to look like. So if you do residential inside city limits, I've got it here, current 15% increase, 25%, and a 30%. So right now, and I did make the comment a couple times that right now we do have residents that are struggling to pay a minimum bill of $69.11, right? So they can ask for an extension, but that does not relieve them from any late fees. And our late fees are 22% of your total bill. So it's pretty hefty. I'm not sure how they figured 22%. That has been the late fee percentage for years and years and years.
That seems high.
Seems very high.
It does.
I mean, have we checked into other cities?
You're telling me, because I forget all the time.
Yeah, we're making money off of him.
Yeah, no doubt.
So we
Well,
have,
that does seem
so
extreme.
I have Frog Knot, okay? Their late fee is $10
Yeah.
flat.
That seems
Um,
reasonable.
I can talk to Clifford at Verona, but I'm almost positive he also has a $10 flat
He
fee.
does, because my daughter has Verona.
Okay, I
She
thought
pays
so.
Is it per day?
No, that's,
No, that's a
Just-
flat
that's
fee
it.
for the month.
so, and then if you go, you know, because like we have some people, like recently we had residents that their bank card got hacked and something happened and they were just month after month, they were behind 3 months. Well, every single month, another 22% gets added on top of what's already late.
So now they have a whole new bill.
So now they basically have a whole new bill.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty high.
That's high.
It's pretty high. So what I was struggling
double
with,
of what people around us, more than double.
Yes.
Of what people around us are.
and granted, a $10 late fee on a water bill only, because I only pay for water with Frog Nut. I don't, because I have a septic and I have a separate trash company because I'm in the county. So $10 on a, yeah, and my water bills are usually 90 something dollars. But I use a lot of water and I have a lot of chickens. So that's why. But that's, that's just water. $90 bill for just water. That's high. But we have people right now struggling to pay $69.11 minimum bill.
Mm-hmm.
So if we were to increase by 15%, that would make it $77.03. Increase by 25%, it would be $81.73. And a 30% increase would be $84.08. What we talked about was a 30% increase and then revisiting it again next year to see where we were at. So I just wanted to put this in front of you. I know that you already were like, yeah, 30%, but maybe it wasn't explained completely. And please forgive me because a lot happened that last meeting.
Yeah.
So
It's a big jump.
I'm still catching up, y'all, but I wanted to get the hard numbers in front of you so we can see what we're going to be doing to our residents.
When you say residents are struggling to pay their bills, are you talking population-wise, are you talking elderly people or just across the board?
A lot of
'Cause, I mean,
the
we have an elderly
elderly.
community here, so, and they're on fixed incomes and stuff of that nature, so.
And like, I know all y'all know Junior. That man, if his bill is 1 penny over, he will come and ask why. Because he goes outside and turns his meter off. Like he turns it off to make sure that ain't no water going through them pipes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I love that man to death.
Yeah.
But we've got a lot of people, a lot of widowed women that live here that they struggle to pay that. We have a lot of younger families, they're struggling to pay
Yeah,
that.
because I mean, even with the cost of everything else, food and
Yeah.
everything else is all on it, so.
So I'm not second guessing anything. I just wanted to put the actual, instead of saying 30%, because 30% doesn't sound like a lot, honestly.
Never see
It
it.
really doesn't. So I wanted to put the actual raw numbers in front of you so we can just collectively look at it. And if you look at outside city limits, because they're charged an outside surcharge of $13.50, like if we go up to 30%, it's going to move from $107.02 minimum bill to $129.31. And that's a minimum bill. That's only using under 5,000 gallons. So some of these homes, like a lot of them in Paradise Estates, right? A lot of them. Their water bills per month, I've seen them go as high as $250, $300. And that's without any late fees or penalties. That's just water usage.
There's not.
A lot of people live in those houses. A lot of people.
Big things.
Yeah, big
Big
families.
things.
So we're talking about increasing a $250 to $300 water bill by 30%. That's going to be substantial. And then you've got your commercial businesses. You don't have too many outside city limits. So the only one we have on that is the rodeo. And, the fire department utilizes most of city water when they water the fields. Don't know where that agreement came from either, but I'm also looking
I
into
would
that.
say it's now been turned over to them as well. Like
To-
now it's the riding club.
The riding
They're in
club?
charge of that.
Okay.
We gave them the truck to do it themselves now. So I
Awesome.
don't know if you guys need to start billing for that or what.
Oh, we do, don't worry. Yeah, because they have their own meter, but they don't have it's a whole big thing. But they're having to buy a new meter. They're having to buy a 2-inch meter, so we will have 3 specialty meters over there. So yeah. But that's the only one, but their minimum bill at a 30% increase is going to be $156. So if you think about rodeo time, when they're wetting that ground all the time, all those play dates and all that stuff in the summer, and then you've got the actual rodeo with the water and sewer charges. You've got all those people with all that water going through. I mean, that's going to be.
They have sewer?
That's a good question. I don't.
I doubt it.
No, they're on the same as the school.
The rodeo ground?
Yeah,
Because there's not septic over there.
no. I mean, I'll look at their bill just to double check. I can't do it from here, but I'll look at their bill.
Because the Garcias would be, they're at the end, and then those other houses.
Yeah,
And so it almost have to be, because then right past it, going down, it's more houses.
yeah. So I'll look. I think they're on the same line as the school though, but I could be wrong, but I'll double check. But I mean, I just wanted to, like I said, I just wanted to get it in front of you just so we can really see what we're increasing. I mean, and we haven't changed any master fee schedules yet. Like I said, we're going to do it all at one time so we can just get it over with. But
And did you say that the trash company went up on our total prices?
right, so our current trash tote is 1975, and they raised it to 2058.
So that's actually their increase, not
Yeah, that's their
necessarily our
increase.
Okay.
So that is that's a
Exactly.
number. You can't do anything about that. But yeah, and if y'all would like to think about the late fees as well.
Oh, definitely.
I definitely think the late
That's
fees need
gotta
to
be in there.
decreased.
I mean,
that's
just
ridiculous.
It's pretty,
way high.
it's pretty high.
Because there's no way they'll ever catch up.
No,
You keep it compounding,
yeah.
the late fee.
And I promise I'm not trying to lose this money. I'm trying to be
That
even.
just
I'm trying to
doesn't-
save it here.
Yeah,
That
just-
doesn't make
yeah.
It
sense.
just,
So would it be $10 per month
it would be $10 per billing cycle.
billing cycle?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so Crystal is very good at her job. I know I say it every time, but that girl is good at her job. If there is somebody that needs help, because used to you could only get 3 extensions for a 12-year period, right? But then she noticed when she started working here, there was a resident that only got paid once a month, and it was always on the same day, and it was always 4 days after cutoffs. So she goes, you know what? You don't even have to call me. I'm going to put in an automatic extension for you every month. If anything changes, call me, let me know. We'll work it out, right? Because it's pointless. She never complained about paying the late fee. She knew it was going to be late, but Crystal granted her that security to know when I get home, I'm gonna be able to turn my water on because of the way her paycheck fell. Did not go in line with how we billed, right? And some people, that's not a big deal. They'll be like, oh, it's fine. I can make that last all month. But we are in the lower portion of income in the middle of town for most. So I'm thinking more about our widows, that are all on fixed incomes, our very young families starting out. That 30% is going to be a real kick in the shins on top with a 22%. Because you can almost guarantee that the people that struggle to pay the $69.11 minimum bill now will always have a late fee attached.
Remind me, when was the last time that the rates were raised?
I can't tell you exactly, but it has not been since 2019.
So
I
we
do
really need
think
to
we
do
have
something
to
though.
We
increase it
do.
some, but I am rethinking the 30% now that you see it in the black and white.
Yeah.
That's a lot to expect someone to instantaneously go, oh gosh, I mean, that's a lot of money. I mean, that's a dinner to somebody.
But I still think we need to raise it.
I do agree,
I
we need to raise it.
Totally
Send
agree,
that.
because we need to get caught up, but
Mhm.
maybe
Our costs have increased. I mean,
smaller
Yeah.
steps.
maintenance, all of that has
Yeah.
increased.
For sure. And I mean, maybe a way that we can kind of go halfway is go maybe like a 20 to 25% increase and a change on the late fee. Because like I said, the people that have struggled to pay that minimum bill will always have a late
Yeah.
fee attached. It is, I can almost put money on it.
We gonna do this tonight or is this?
I mean, you
a
can
work
think
in
about it. It's
progress?
possible action. I started putting possible action on every single agenda item just in case.
Thank you, I appreciate
So-
that.
Every single one. So we can think about it. We can come back to it. Just, I when I started sitting down to rewrite that master fee schedule, I was like, God,
Yeah,
that's a big bite. That's a big bite. Because I mean, especially if we keep that 22%, you go all the way up to that.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that has to change.
That's going to be another $25 on top of that $84 bill. That's a considerable.
Yeah.
Even just cutting that in half. So maybe, like I said, maybe if you kind of go halfway and go to like a 20 to 25% increase with a decrease in the late bill, the late fee, something, just throwing that out there for y'all to think about. Just sometimes it's hard, because me and Crystal, we do what we can, but it's a lot.
I still have an issue with the commercial, the way we go that. I think.
Right. And for future, because like I said, all of our commercial are on 3/4 inch meters.
That's fine for
Yeah,
now.
for
but-
now.
But I still think, we need to, for the future, because that's coming.
Oh yeah,
Whether
no,
we
and
want it to or
we can
not.
absolutely add that to our master fee schedule
Okay.
when we get to that point.
Okay.
Like for this size meter, it'll be this base, and like I know Anna, Melissa, they all do it that way. So we'll just not reinvent the wheel. We'll just kind of see what they do
yeah.
and throw it on some paper and see what it looks like. But I agree with you. I know for future growth, we absolutely have to do that, especially with larger meters.
And can you do like a 20% increase for residential and a 25 for commercial, or does it have to be across the board?
I will ask Crystal, or I will email our assist billing, because I know you can put in different rates. So I'm pretty sure we can. I'm almost positive.
I'm just questioning, just so we have something else to think about.
Yeah, and I'm not in the billing software a ton, so I'm just gonna make Crystal start coming to these so she can answer all of that, because she's much more skilled. Y'all got to give her a pat on the back next time you see her, because that woman can do that job.
I'm sure we'll see what difference when we get to school.
Oh yeah, we'll
Right.
see a huge
Nothing
difference when
will-
we get that straightened
Yeah,
out.
That
exactly.
would be probably
That's
surprising.
gonna be huge.
Yeah, it will be. But yeah, I just wanted to.
You know, not sure that's kosher at all.
Thanks for listening to me on that one.
Yeah, no, that's good information, and we talked about
the numbers in front of you.
the late fee.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's what I was saying. I don't think I don't think it was explained down to the
It was
tiny details well enough, because even I was
Is that
like,
on our master fee list?
pardon?
Is that shown on our master fee list? About
The-
that 22%?
It is. It is. I think I have a master fee schedule. I just have the little,
Yeah.
yeah.
The-
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, it is a very large amount. So So, you know, just something to chew on and think about for next time. Mhm.
So,
We have, yeah, Texas Rural Water Association did one a year and a half ago, kind of those, but he tried to go all weird. So I was like, I'm gonna. I've already for next year. Yeah. Like, yeah.
okay, so now we're gonna go to item number 7, executive session. The city council may convene its executive session pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.074. Section 551.071, consultation with attorney. I need to read all this. Does you need to read that whole thing? Just read, so what I just read, okay, we're good. So we'll do that at 7:38. So, on to number 8, reconvene into regular session. The city council will reconvene into open session and may take action resulting from discussion held in executive session. Section 551.071, consultation with attorney, to seek the advice of the town's attorney about pending or contemplating litigation or a settlement offer or on a matter in which the duty of the attorney to the governmental body under the Texas disciplinary rules of professional conduct of the State Bar of Texas clearly conflicts with this chapter. See, do I have to put all this or not? So just, I don't have to list all this other stuff.
You're good.
Okay, all right, so that will be at 8:17. So I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we put out an ad for finance officer, use Allison's description, put it on TML on our website at the pay that we agreed to.
Second that.
Linda seconds, all in favor? And then opposed. Perfect. Okay, item number 9, discussion of placing items on future agendas. Wendy, do you have anything?
Okay. Just a couple things. I just want to know if you have an ETA on completing that no parking ordinance change and getting the P and Z ordinance amended?
We're still working on that.
Okay. Let's see. I would like to appoint the applicants to P and Z in our January meeting, the ones that we've got, instead of waiting any longer. We have still keep the
ones that were interested
yeah,
and just do the 4 with the
yeah,
empty chair.
but keep it open on the website
Yes.
about, but I mean, I would just really like to get that P and Z board up and running
Okay.
instead of us doing all of this.
I agree.
And as the signage on the no engine brake, did we ever hear anything from the state on that?
On 545,
Yeah,
I know I asked Brad about that. I will have to go back to my notes on that. I'm sorry, I do not have it, but I am writing it down right now. And I will ask Brad,
okay,
okay? Because I know me and him talked about it.
okay. Then I would like to add to the agenda a discussion talking for our RFPs, the limiting the amount. Right now, it went up to 100,000 was the new amount. I'd like to have a discussion about possibly changing that amount.
Okay.
Then the last notation I had was status of the retail coach thing.
I talked to him last Monday, I think. And I'm not sure if he's in limbo as well, because he was surprised about the outcome of our last meeting. So I told him, any questions, anything I can do to help, here's my number. I gave him my cell phone number, my email, all of it.
Mhm.
And I haven't really heard much. So I will make a note to follow up with him tomorrow, because I've gotten nothing from him. So
Have we already paid him anything?
yes, we have.
Yeah, it's down top of him because I
Yeah.
think Van said that was his buddy.
It was.
And then
Okay.
maybe you can ask that he come and give us an overview of what he's done so far.
Okay. I will absolutely do that. I'll do that first thing.
And then another thing we may, if there's someone else within that company that could represent us, that might be better.
I think that company that's it. So I'm
So
almost
He's
positive.
the only person in the company.
I mean, he might have like some subordinates that help him with his gathering of information, but I think it's his company. So, but I will get on that in the morning. I'll look into it a little bit more, but I'm almost positive that that's his company.
That's all I had.
Okay.
David, you got anything?
No.
I want to put the water back on so we can get that,
Good boy.
The rates
the rates.
along with the late fees or?
Yes.
Okay.
Have we checked or have we heard anything else about possibly getting another red light there at 78 and
So the way that was explained to me by Jennifer Voister at TxDOT, when the council fought for that red light at
So many people
981.
had to die.
Yeah.
And have accidents, yeah.
So, we pestered. That last gentleman that got hit there and passed away, that got the red light there. So, but from what I understand from Jennifer Voister, there is one company that makes every single thing about the TxDOT standardized stoplights. There's one company that makes it. And it could take anywhere from 2 to 3 years to produce one single operating traffic light. So that was, how long has that been up there now at 981?
Couple months.
I was gonna say, it's this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's been recent because I almost ran it twice.
Yeah.
I never go that way. I go 825. That's the road I follow. is
It
825
couldn't have
78.
been
Yeah,
before. I mean,
Yeah.
I would have said it was this calendar year.
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah.
So she told me face to face, the next intersection getting a traffic stoplight is 825 and 78, which is, the next one. I asked her actually if there was any update, that meeting we all went to at the school for the sewer, because she was there explaining how they're not going to get red lights on 1377 and 545, even though they're a school. And she said, I do not have an update. Awesome. So I can ask her again, because that's only been about a month ago that I asked her, but she said she did not have an update at that time.
Okay.
Yeah, I did not know that about the TxDOT standardized traffic lights.
Because, when we got that other one, there had to be so many instances of, issues and this that happened, it had to be recorded and it had to be done. And so that's how we got it in. That's what we were told.
Yeah, and there's a certain percentage of fatality. I know that there's a list that they go through, fatalities, like single car incidents, 2 or more, 3. They have to go down this list and check off boxes. That's a horrible way to determine.
They had a blinking light there for the longest
Oh, for
time.
years and years, yeah.
And they could at least do that up there. I mean,
They did wrap the stop signs with some bright, shiny red tape. I don't know if y'all noticed. I did. I noticed it. I was like, oh, new stop sign poles, outstanding. But I don't know if it's gonna help or not, but I will ask her again.
Okay, anything else? Okay, item number 10 is adjournment. It's 8:26.
Have a motion, a motion we adjourn.
Trent, take a second, okay. It's 8:26.
Perfect.